Good morning, you guys.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Real Talk with SLR.
How are you guys doing today?
Well, y'all, it is a bright and sunshiny, blue-skied kind of day.
Mm-hmm.
Very light breeze.
Not a cloud in sight.
Not a one. Very bright outside.
It is beautiful today.
Yeah. What are we going to get to, like 70-something?
We're going to be right around 70 degrees today.
That's crazy. Especially considering, this weekend when we had the kids' birthday parties, we were freezing with the hot hands and the hot toes and
everything.
Yeah, it was freezing this weekend, like literally freezing.
Yeah, I think it got up to like 42 or whatever, supposedly.
Supposedly, yeah.
The wind chill was definitely closer to 32.
Oh yeah, it was so cold. They had a great birthday party, but it was so cold on their birthday party. And here we are now, a couple days later, and it's definitely feeling like spring.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. And we are supposed to be having a storm system blow through. Currently, I think that there's one hitting like California area, and it's making its way over this way, at least from what Ryan Hall was saying and whatnot.
It might dissipate a little bit by the time that it gets over here, though.
Yeah, he said that it's looking like it's more so going to be like going that way in the United States per se, instead of going straight across to us.
Oh, so it'll go up to like Kentucky and like
it might shift. I mean, it's so far out,
Yeah.
But it's looking like we're going to probably get like the tail end more so.
Yeah.
Like the outer edges.
But not this week though, right?
It's this week.
Really? Because I thought I was looking on the thing, and like this week, I thought I saw that it was supposed to be beautiful in like the 70s all week.
I mean, it's not calling for any rain in this area, but that's partly because it's projecting to go that way, right?
Oh, okay.
So if it doesn't go that way and it does come more south, then we're going to end up getting hit. But
yeah,
it's a whole bunch of stuff. There are like possible tornadoes in California type stuff.
What?
Like that's what he was saying. I was like, what the heck?
That's weird.
But it's the change of the seasons, and and it's the
well, they got that like El Nino
turning into El Nino or whatever it is.
Well, the El Nino storm system, I guess, in the winter. I guess it's still a thing right now.
Yeah, so. They're switching. Like the Pacific waters are starting to warm up or cool off or whatever the heck it is.
Going from a Nino to a Nina.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're dealing with that part of Mother Nature aspect.
It's still technically winter right now.
It just boggles my mind.
70s,
more than anything.
I know. But Arkansas is like that, Sometimes you'll have and we've heard it in the comment section too. They're like, don't discount that snow until after April. We've had snow on Easter before.
No.
And I believe it. The weather out here definitely likes to flip-flop a little bit, but it keeps you on your toes. It keeps the greenery nice and green. And
the trees are starting to get their buds and whatnot.
A little bit, some of them.
They're getting there. Like I feel like this. Give it another 2 weeks, we're gonna start seeing some poppage. Like no tomorrow if it stays like this.
Don't remind me. I should actually get our garden planted before we leave.
No, I was actually just thinking that we need to go get our starts.
Yeah, before we leave on our trip. We're not leaving for another
2 weeks.
2 weeks or so, and we have so much work that we got to do between now and then. Where we'd like to be here on this decking area before we take off. But we are going to take off in 2 weeks. We've talked about it multiple times. We're going to a friend of ours' wedding on the West Coast, back to Vegas. And we're going to spend a good amount of time in Utah visiting Gary's family and stuff. So, but there's so much stuff we want to get done before we go. Because when we go, we're going to be gone for like 2 weeks, and we're going to bring you guys along for a bunch of travel vlogs. It should be fun. Should be a good time.
Should be a great time.
Yeah, a little different for the channel.
We actually got talking about that travel. We ordered tires, and they did arrive yesterday.
Oh, yay.
So we're going to have to take a time, probably when we go back over to your mom's. We'll end up just dropping off the car and getting those installed.
Okay.
And then go right back over to your mom's while that's getting done.
Okay, take 2 vehicles. I see what you're saying.
I think that will be the best best way to get that thing accomplished and not have too much hindrance in our time.
Gary likes to order all of our tires online.
If I can.
If we can, because we usually end up getting a better deal actually buying the tires online and then just taking them to a shop to have them put on the rims and stuff.
The downside on doing that.
Balanced and all that.
The downside on doing that is the warranty.
Yeah.
Like, you can't really warranty the tire unless the manufacturer has a warranty with that tire. And then you might possibly get that warranty or warranted out, you know, through a tire company if they have that same tire. But other than that, it's a little bit harder for the warranty aspect.
But you do end up saving like a boatload of money if you buy them online versus going down and just getting them in the shop. That's how we usually always do it.
It tends to cut it in half.
Literally
from
half.
what I've noticed. So it makes it to a point where it's like, if I have a tire issue, just buy it online again and go have them replace it, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it tends to make it to where it's like, yeah, we're good.
But it was time that we bought new tires for Tiny because we hadn't bought tires for Tiny at all since we bought Tiny. And we've had Tiny for over a year now.
And those are still street tires.
Yeah, and those are tires from like, it's a 2018, and I think those tires are
2018.
Yeah, they're old.
They're old. There might be 2 sets on there that are 19, because that tends to be what people do. So they tend to, you know, swap out either the front or the rear with new tires, depending on if it's rear-wheel drive or front-wheel drive, right?
And I'm pretty sure that's what the previous owner did.
I'm pretty sure.
But we knew that we needed new tires because mine are pretty bald, and if we're going to be driving across the country and back, we definitely want to make sure that we are fit for the road. And Gary's always really good about keeping the cars in tip-top shape and making sure the oil change and all the fluids are good and the brakes are good and everything's good. And he's been working in the background making sure that we're going to be ready for our trip. And
we bought us some snow chains just in case,
because we will be going through Utah and spending a lot of time in Utah.
We're going to have to go through Colorado and Utah and everything. And the last thing I want is for us to go to a spot that it's just covered in snow. Yeah. And then we're snowed in somewhere, you know.
And stuck.
Exactly. And the tires that we got are technically snow rated, but they're all-terrain tires, the same exact tires that we have on Biggie.
Yeah, we're going to put on Tiny.
We're going to put those on Tiny because, you know, we live out here in the sticks, and it's super muddy. It's super, you know, it's icy sometimes. It's all sorts of everything, you know, and Biggie has been to me a good testament to those tires, and I really like them. The Falcon Wild Peaks is what they are, and they go. They're really, really good tires.
Yeah, good stuff.
I'm happy that the tire shop recommended them, and that was when I bit the bullet and I just went to the tire shop and paid for them on Biggie. Yeah. You know, but I'm glad I did that because now I'm like, okay, now I know what tire to get for everything else, and I can find them online and everything else. So, yeah, I'll definitely be doing that again.
Yeah, no, it's good stuff.
When needed. But that's been almost 2 years on Biggie, and those tires are still like brand new.
Oh, yeah. Well, we drive Biggie around a lot for supply runs and stuff, but since we got Tiny, we don't really drive Biggie nearly as much. Biggie was our daily driver.
No, but it's our hauler too, so when we have to get big materials or anything else like that, that's the truck that we go and bring, you know.
Oh, yeah.
And hauling with those tires, man, hasn't worn them out or I haven't seen any wear differently or anything else like that. They seem to be staying extremely true.
Probably helps too that she's a dually.
Well, yeah.
Spreads it just a little bit.
It does. That helps it out a lot.
But yeah, no, I want to get I'm sitting here staring at our garden, and I really want to get the garden planted before we leave because we do have our automatic watering system. No. And all we really need to do is just get some stuff in the dirt before we go. No. And then, you know, the system will do itself. We'll do it by itself. And then when we come back, we could, you know, pull out the weeds and do the thinning and pruning and whatever else we need. And it would be a really good head start. Yeah. So, I mean, they say don't plant until after the last frost date, which the last frost date out here, I think, is April 10th. Yeah, I was going to say 11th.
Or 11th, somewhere around there.
It's around there. Don't quote me. But it's after the first week of April. But with the weather like how it's been, I mean, today, geez, I probably don't even need your hoodie I stole.
No, I had a hoodie on before we came out here, and I tore that thing off real quick.
I mean, I still got it on because, you know, it's cozy, but I probably don't even really need it. I'm definitely going to take it off today when we get to work. Which, you want to tell folks what we're getting into today? You guys probably can imagine what we're getting into. We're going to be working here on our homestead today. We've been running around. We helped out Mom. I put out a video for you guys yesterday on Simple Life Reclaimed. If you guys didn't catch it, go back and give it a watch. Please and thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
But we've been helping out, you know, the Fram Bam, helping out my mom, and we've been trying to get as much stuff done and manage our time the best as possible. Yep. Now, on the one hand, we could focus 100% of our attention here on our decking and just on our house and just on our cabin, and that be like the entire focus of our entire life. But I don't think that would make us very happy.
No.
I don't think that it would make us very well-rounded. I don't think that it would make us very happy. And that's honestly not what we want to do. No. So we have spread out our time to be able to help out, you know, our family and our friends, and to be able to spend time with our children and enjoy their birthday parties and all this stuff. But today we do need to get back. We got a time frame in mind, and we are going to get back on our deck work today. Yep. And as you guys last saw on our last decking video, we were getting some of the posts in up here on this top part. Yep. And I actually got the camera. You guys are hanging on to the post right now. Yeah. So
it's going to be good.
Yeah. So we're going to get back to work up here. We got to do a lot of notching. We got to get those posts up here. We got to notch them all out. We got to mark them all out. And what's our goal for today? Just to get them notched out and set?
Yeah. Get them notched out, get them set, and hopefully we can get our... it's not technically a girder, but the header for the front deck roofing and everything else like that. I guess it technically would be a girder, but
the board that connects all the posts together.
It's not technically a girder.
That the rafter would hang off of.
No, my brain's not 100% right there. I'm not.
Yeah, Gary's not feeling 100%. Gary's not feeling the best. You know, I'm actually the one that's feeling fine now, but as you guys know, Abe's been home from school a little bit last week, and then he was feeling better, so we had the birthday party. And then yesterday, we sent all the kids to school. It was fine. Right first thing in the morning, though, we got the phone call, and Gary had to go pick up Abe from school because Abe was not feeling well. And now today, all the kids are home from school because they all had a fever this morning. So, yay! And and Gary seems to be catching a little bit of it. And it's just, you know, the timing of things kind of sucks. But we're going to do the best that we can do. And I hope that you feel better today and just take it slow.
I'm going to.
And
I want to take it nice and slow and easy today. I mean, we're going to get some work done, but I don't want to screw things up because my head's not there.
Yeah, no, I don't want to have to go and buy a bunch more boards because we miscalculated the cut, you know.
So yeah. I'm gonna work nice and easy and slow. I'm on dad mode in a sense, if you want to call that. Dayquil for the win. Yeah. And just I'm here. I'm not. I might be physically here, but mentally,
the squirrel's wandering off. Yeah. The squirrel is wandering off. I'll put her lasso around him and put him in here again.
But it's getting there. We got a lot to do today. Yeah. And we should be able to get quite a bit of it done today.
I think our goal, what we were talking about, and again, that was before Gary woke up not feeling the greatest, was if we could just get all of the posts from one side of the deck all the way to the other up and secured in here, and obviously notched out to where we're ready for the girders tomorrow or something, that would be like a huge win. So that's what we're going to try to do. And I know it might not sound like a lot of work, but it really is, because there's so much measuring and notching and cutting to get everything precisely exactly where it needs to go. It's not just putting it on top of this girder and then leaving it be. Like, even the post that this one's sitting on, we're going to have to take out and notch out the bottom part of it just a little bit and then put it back. And then notch out and also notch the top of it out so that way the girder has something to sit on too. So it's a lot of notching and measuring and double measuring and triple measuring and then cutting. So it's going to be a lot of measuring and stuff before we can actually get this thing done today. But if we can get this line right here in front of all the posts kind of where they need to be, then that's a very big win, because even just getting those stinking posts up here, that's a lot of physical exertion. So, yeah.
I'll be definitely notching them all down there.
Yeah, that's what I think you should do too. I think you should notch them all on the ground and then mark them like 1, 2, 3 or whatever, and then we can stuff them up here and secure them.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah. I think there's 3 that we have to notch, and then there's 2 that can sit with blocking.
Yeah.
In there and holding it into place.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be interesting. But
yeah. And speaking of blocking, while Gary is getting after some of that notching, I'm probably going to get up here and get to some more of this blocking, because there's still more blocking to do.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's not like if he's doing all these measuring and stuff for the notches, it's not like I'm doing anything. I'm sitting there filming him, which is doing something.
Yep.
But I can also be up here securing the blocking inside some of these parts, because we didn't finish all of the blocking yet. We got most of it cut out.
Yep.
We just didn't actually put them all where they need to go yet.
No.
But that's, I guess, up to you too, if you want me to.
Yeah, I'll probably have you do that.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, but
Oh,
I'm not looking forward to the heat, guys. It's already getting warm today.
it's getting really warm.
I am not looking forward to the summer. I don't.
It's going to be a hot one this summer.
Hopefully,
I feel like.
by the time the summer comes, though, this will definitely be covered in over here.
Oh, we will be covered
100%.
in. That's for sure.
Before we leave, we should be covered over here.
No, and we
on
should
our vacation in 2 weeks. So.
Yeah. We should have the other areas done beforehand, and we should have AC in there. That'll make working in there so much nicer.
I don't know. We'll see. That would be great, but
we'll see how it all goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it all goes. I'm just trying to do the budget shuffle, and I know that roof is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
It's because it's different metal than like what we put on the playhouse and like what we put on like the Pecker Palace and the dogs stuff. That's like cheaper.
It's gonna be super interesting
metal, which is good stuff, you know. But it's not the same stuff that we're gonna put on the house.
It's gonna be a little bit more, but at the same time, we shouldn't ever have.
What's it called? Standing seam.
Standing seam, yeah.
Yeah, standing seam roof.
Yeah. It makes it to where all the fasteners are hidden. Mm-hmm. And you won't have to go back up there and replace the screws, because the neoprene rubber that's on all the roofing screws that deteriorates after like 10, 15 years, and then you'll have leakage. And if you don't go up and replace it, then you have all your wood rotting away and everything else because of all the leaks.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So that type of roofing material is a little bit more pricey, but then at the same time, it's worth it. You
shouldn't have to do anything with the roof for 50 years.
Yeah, it'll last our lifetime.
It says 30 years for that style or whatever, but you can really honestly get it up to 50 years without having to do anything with it, and even longer.
Well,
I feel, but
we shouldn't have to mess with it in our lifetime.
Correct.
You know, which is one thing that we want. We're able-bodied, and we are courageous and willing, and like I said, physically able to go and do all this stuff now. But in the future, you know, when we're older, we don't really want to be up on top of the roof messing around with it. We just want to do it once and be done with it. So it's gonna cost a little bit more up front. That sucks, but at the same time, it's worth it because it's gonna save us in the future.
It's partly why we went with why we're going to go with standing seam, because it's the same with even the asphalt roof. You only get like about 10 years, maybe 15 out of them. It's the same thing with any other metal roof. You know, it's the screws that you'll have to go up there and replace in 10 to 15 years, and it's the same timeline, right? Yeah. Whereas asphalt is definitely a lot cheaper. But yeah, you'll have to go up there and replace them in like 10, 15 years. Yeah. So
that's why I'm like, I don't know. We'll have to see how everything budgets out for when we get to there. It would be super awesome to have the roofing done and be able to do the ACing stuff too at the same time. But we also need to do the siding. There's so many things that we're shuffling around right now.
Biggest thing that we're just focused on right now is the roofing.
Right. That's the biggest thing right now is the roofing.
Make sure the roof is done and metal and everything else. That way we can live life a little easier.
Yeah.
And a little bit more at peace.
A little bit, just a little bit more at ease, a little less stressed out of like, got to get it done and got to do it now, you know. There's not going to be any rush. Once we get the exterior of the house pretty much done and we're just working on the inside, then all of that stress of got to do it and got to do it now is done with. There's none of that, because that would just be kind of, you know, because there wouldn't be any of that stress. There would be nothing to really. Now, that's not saying that we're not going to do it fast and that we're not going to be working on it, you know, but I'm just saying the stress of it. Yeah. The stress of it. So.
Well, yeah, I want to get it. I want to get it done.
Yeah.
I want to be done and over with it.
Yeah.
So it's getting there. It's turning into a really nice project and ease project in a sense, because we're over that hurdle of a headache for the most part.
Right. And at least, you know, things have changed so much. Like everything has just gotten easier and easier since we moved out here. If we can go through like that first year that we lived out here on raw land, you know, in the trailers.
Man. Yeah, no.
Yeah. If we could go through that to be now the basement is so comfortable, you know, like it's like a little tiny house for us and the kids. And it's very comfortable and it's very nice, but we don't want all of this to be wasted. So we're putting all of our efforts towards finishing her off and at least getting her on the outside to a point to where that major stress of, okay, the elements are going to ruin all your hard work and like all the money you spent. Like it's, you know, we got to get it to that point to where all this is protected. And we're so close, guys. We are getting closer and closer by the day. Yeah. And after today, we should be another step even closer. So what we want to have done by the end of this month, which we're trying to figure out again, we have bright, sunshiny days this week. So we're going to be able to get as much done as possible, of course, pending how Gary's feeling. We can only, and it sucks too, you know, we've had nasty weather, and I wasn't feeling good. And then we have good weather and now Gary's not feeling good. So it's like, man, can we just finally can we both be feeling good and have good weather at one time?
Be nice.
It would be nice, but it's probably not going to happen. So we're going to work with what we got and we're going to make it happen.
Well.
But yeah, by the end of this month, we would like to have this decking area covered. Yeah. That's our goal. So we have 2 weeks essentially to finish getting this decking area covered and connected into our roofing. Yep. So that's kind of our big push right now. But yeah, this week we are going to be spending some time going over and helping my mom out and finishing up some of the stuff on her honey-do list. We're going to try to carve out some time to help Miss Mama V with her roofing as well. So we can wrap that project up for her. But Gary and I definitely have to laser focus on this decking area if we want any snowballs, chance, and Hades to be finished in the next 2 weeks before we take off for our trip across to the West Coast. So we're extremely busy, and we know that we could do it day by day, little by little, but we appreciate your guys' prayer for health and for, you know, the steadfastness to continue to keep going, because it definitely helps.
It does. It does. I hope I can freaking knock this thing out of the park and get better here real quick.
I know, but I don't want you to push yourself too hard, because you know that's just going to... It'll be like, oh, we can get 1 step forward by you pushing yourself, but is that really going to be 2 steps back? Yeah. Because it knocks you on your butt.
No, I feel you. So I'm right there. I'm trying. I'm gonna keep pushing, and keep pushing. Yep. I'm pretty good at that. So we'll get this thing rolling today, and we'll see where we get by the end of the day.
Yeah, and as far as videos here on here on Real Talk, we'll be back with another one tomorrow for y'all. On Simple Life Reclaimed, we're going to start adding to our collection. We'll record what we get done today. I'm probably going to put that out on Thursday for you guys, because tomorrow is our live night, and I usually don't post videos the same day that we do a live, so we're probably not going to have a video on Simple Life Reclaimed until Thursday. So if you guys missed the video we put out yesterday, go back and give it a rewatch, because it was a pretty good good one. We were helping my mom out with a few things.
Yep.
But yeah, we've got so much stuff happening in the next little bit. I have no doubt that we're going to have a ton of videos. It's just a matter of when.
Mm-hmm.
When?
Exactly.
So, well, we're going to get to it today, friends. I want to thank you so much for hanging out with us here on Real Talk. We'll be back with another episode tomorrow. And we'll be live on Simple Life Claim tomorrow as well. So until then, friends, we love y'all. And we hope you have a good one.
And we'll catch you on the next one.
Bye, you guys.
Later.